A rainy, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, magical day here at the Rhythmia Life Advancement Center. I'm Kim Stanwood, Terranova. I have the honor, the joy to see you every week. I was gone the last couple, so I'm back, and I'm very blessed that I'm back with a beautiful soul. This beautiful woman, Lee, has been with us this week and has a lot to share with all of you. So thank you for jumping in and joining us. Lee's from Texas. She came here with someone super loving to her that she adores, that she will tell you about, and she's an intimacy coach that she's telling me so many stories that I almost forgot to jump in and talk to all of you. So let's tune into Lee. Lee, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
So glad you said yes. I love your quick response to me. Would you? And you're like, I'll go anywhere with you. So thank you for saying that. So how was your week at Rhythmia?
Do I have to use words?
No, we can sit here and meditate all afternoon with like, this is how good it was. You don't have to. I can see it in your eyes. I want to make sure everyone catches it.
Yeah. What I'll share first beyond like my interpretation of the experience is that I just feel so much lighter. It's something that's beyond words. I feel lighter in my heart. I feel lighter in my mind. There's the absence of thought right now, which is why it's almost hard to like neatly conceptualize what the experience was like for me. I have access now to such a deep level of joy. And prior to coming here, I had been in this cycle of really working a lot in my profession, in my career. And it felt as if I had gotten to a point where I was just so deeply burnt out. And in that process, I'd become very dull. I lost my luster and zest for life, and I was working myself to the bone. And there were a lot of narratives that in being here, I really got to clear up. Things like attaching my worth to my outputs and my production, attaching my worth to profit and revenue in the business, attaching worth to my own performance, my body image, my physical appearance. And in getting to be here, I got to just completely shed all of those layers. And I'm just leaving with such a light heart and such deep connection for all the people I got to meet.
That was so beautifully stated. I love how you started with, I have access to joy. Like, what is that? The feeling of that, to have access to know, I now have a direct access to joy. And that gets to lead in your life in all those areas. So you just said that you just are refining, re-understanding who you are now. Wow. Well said. What was your intention directly in coming here to Rhythmia?
My intention was to feel deeply safe inside of myself and to trust that God, the universe, has my back. Something that I think I really struggled with upon coming here was staying on this hamster wheel of feeling like I needed to prove myself. And this is a very old narrative from childhood. And it kept me in a state of exhaustion, like always working. And even when I'm resting, my mind was still on thinking of how to make things better, how to improve the business, my relationship, my physical health. And I wasn't giving myself time to truly rest, to rest my heart, to rest my mind, to tune in to the wisdom that my soul has. And so my life became this obsession with, I guess what they say, the 3D reality, just the practical matters of every day. And I'd really lost touch with the spiritual beauty of life. And in getting to experience this, I feel very deeply reconnected with that. And I'm leaving feeling very safe and self-assured in the fact that I'm so supported.
So in class, I talk a lot about our fulfilled intention. And knowing that your intention was fulfilled, that you came here to really feel safe again, and to, what I'm hearing from you say is like to create balance. And how do I live this and not just be in the circumstantial world, but to live a spiritually awake being in the circumstantial world, right? And to know that that's possible here. That's what we do at Rhythmia, is to support everyone into really peeling off the layers of what's happening in the fullness of life, to come back to the core of why we chose to take on a human body. And that's what you've accomplished. It's like, oh, I caught that. How's it going to be different now? What's going to be different in your life? I mean, to have access to joy, to understand where you're at right now, how are you feeling in this transition, looking at bringing all this back into your world? I know, big question.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I'm mulling over as I'm having these beautiful conversations with my other soul fam that was here during this week's ceremonies. And while I have a whole list of things in my mind about, okay, here's what my morning practices are going to look like, here's, there's something that I got to experience in some of these nights that felt like a sense of home. And it was just in the simplicity of like touching my own fingers and laying my hands on my face and feeling how gentle my heart and my soul is. And don't get me wrong, being originally from New York, I have a lot of like, bulldog type energy. Like if I want to get something done, I'm going to get it done.
Yes.
I mean business.
Yes.
And to be in the medicine space and to also feel my gentleness, to also feel my feminine energy.
Yes.
I just got chills. To be reconnected to the reference point for that, the somatic and spiritual reference point, is the thread that I'm bringing back home, and taking opportunities to slow down and to sit in the mirror and just touch my face. And it's not anything profound, but in the simplicity of that, it's profound. And to just gaze at myself in the eyes, to say I love you, to say I care. It's safe to slow down.
Yes. Yeah.
It's safe to not be producing something right now. It's safe to rest and relax. You're still worthy.
Yes, it's necessary.
Yeah.
Our ability to just pause and allow our spirits to rest, to recalibrate, to gain the next piece of understanding of who we are and deliver that to the world.
Yes.
And you just caught the thread of it and you're taking that home.
Yeah.
Wow. That's it. My imagination is that's going to impact all your clients because your light shining in, like allowing your feminine energy to balance with that strength within you is going to impact every detail of your life, right?
Yeah. As you're saying that, what's coming up for me is prior to coming here, in supporting my clients, which are 99% women, the work that I'm leading is supporting them to connect to the places in themselves that I got to connect to within myself this week, that I felt like I had kind of become estranged from because I was just working. And so a lot of my energy was coming from a very logical place, very practical, rational. And I love that. It's amazing. And I felt a little estranged from my heart. And in getting to come back into this space and feel so deeply reconnected to that, as if it's home. It is home.
Yes.
It's always familiar when I come back. In getting to do that, I'm recognizing that that's where my medicine is, in my service to the world, in my service to my clients, to my partner, to myself, to my family. And I can now I have a reference point for what it's going to feel like if I start to deviate again.
Beautiful. That's such an important point for all of us to remember. Is where are we over? How do I want to say it? Not overworking, just out of balance in our work, rest, recalibration of our soul. Like that's a constant in our world. So you finding that place here is so important to bring back into your world. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What were your the parts of Rhythmia that I loved that, I love this flow? How would you speak to that?
Oh gosh. The word that I keep using when I'm speaking to anybody who's here is that it's pristine. The energy is pristine.
What a great word.
Pristine. Yeah, it's just
word.
I was talking to Jerry and I said, Jerry, mwah, chef's kiss. Like that's how it feels here. There's so much attention to detail. Every single person that works here in any capacity is so attentive. I felt so cared for. And as a facilitator myself who does very deep work with people where it's very important that I'm attuned to them, their emotional state, their nervous systems, their bodies, their psyches, to feel so deeply attended to as a recipient and as a client. Like, I got to fully unravel. I got to fully just relax and like melt and surrender. And I'll give some specific examples. There was one day when we first came into our room where we came into this beautifully clean room, and something that I like to request is that when the room gets cleaned, no cleaning products are used. I really love like neutral smells or no smell at all. And while the room smelled very good, I'm like, you know what? Next time they come to clean, I'd like that they just use water. So I called the front desk and requested that. And the message got through to I asked one time. And somebody came and said, oh, you're in this room. We're going to clean with just water. That's your room, right? And I said, wow, how did you remember that?
Talking about it being heard.
Yeah.
Thank you. We like to know that line of communication goes right to where it needs to be, that you are heard, because that impacts part of you feeling safe. You came here to be safe. There's so many, can I say something right here? There's so many moments where someone's intention is fulfilled in a way that we don't even know how it occurs, but because we're all in alignment with the core intention to be of service. And when everyone at Rhythmia is in alignment to be of service, so that all of our guests are feeling like you do in their own unique way, that they're heard, understood, that it's safe to grow, it's safe to heal, and your needs are being met. So thank you for addressing that, because that's part of our intention. So I love that. Great example. You were heard and your room was cleaned the way you wanted it cleaned.
Yep.
Okay, give us more.
Yeah. Okay. So then there was this one night that I was in ceremony and I was approaching an emotional place inside of me where I felt really scared. And I knew I wasn't scared of, I had adult consciousness. I knew where I was. I knew what was happening, but there was a little girl inside that felt scared because of things in childhood. And that was a perpetual state in my nervous system and my emotional body for most of my childhood, was fear. And I hesitated to ask for help, because that's also a journey that I'm on, is reaching out and asking to be supported. But finally I worked up the courage to ask for help. And this angel of a woman came over to support me, and she sat down next to me, and she was just there with me. I could feel her presence. And she said, I said, I'm feeling really scared. I'm feeling really scared. My little girl is feeling really scared right now to, partake. And she said, she nurtured her, and I felt this motherly love that I needed from my own biological mother that I didn't often receive in the way that I needed. And she said, but I know you're here to do this work, and I'm right here with you. Let me, if you'd like, it's your choice. I'll assist you in seeing the shaman. And I said, will you come with me? Like, will you hold my hand? And it was just this, yes, I was saying it as an adult woman, but it was my little girl saying like, will you be with me?
Yes.
And she said, I'll be with you every step of the way.
And makes me cry.
Yeah. She held my hand, and I let myself lean on her.
Yeah.
I let myself be held. I didn't try to have it all together. I didn't try to figure it out the way I always do. Then I went up, and the shaman just gave me this beautiful blessing. And in that, I melted into him and into her. And I just completely let everything go. And the rest of the night was bliss.
Okay, that's so well said.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's how much we care here.
Yeah.
And it touches every realm, whether it's in the Maloka, whether it's in the spa, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in classroom, that feeling of care that you're being held while you grow here. Beautiful, beautifully stated. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How was it like for your partner that came with you? How was it? Yes. Because they came together, which is courageous as well. Sometimes people come on their own and their partner comes at another time. But you two came together.
Oh, yeah. We love doing this work together.
Beautiful.
This is our jam. I sat with him one night after a ceremony, and I said, babe, how was your ceremony? He goes, it would take a lifetime to tell you. And I said, well, good thing we have a lifetime.
Is that the most perfect answer? It would take a lifetime, and good thing we have a lifetime. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
So his was expansive, life
so
growing.
expansive.
Beautiful.
I have known him to be a very intellectual person. He's very analytical. He's very just intellectually precise in everything he does. He's got an engineer, mathematician brain, but also very deeply attuned to his emotions. And he shared with me verbatim, I got the source code to the universe. And for him to say that is mind blowing because he's not easily impressed, and he's blown away.
So both of your intentions have been fulfilled here,
And then some.
and then some.
Yeah.
Will you be back to see us?
100%.
Oh, good.
100%.
Both of your intentions have been fulfilled. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful to you. Thank
Yeah.
you for this.
Thank you guys.
We're thrilled. This is the joy and the honor. You know, so often in class, people will say, "Thank you so much, Kim." And I look at them and say, "It's my honor to have the opportunity to walk with you. You're doing the heavy lifting. I get to hold space while you keep growing and evolving." And that's what all of us do here, is really hold space to say it's safe to grow in my presence.
Yeah.
You know, that's our intention. So you've done the work. He's done the work, and you'll be back. How much better does it get? And you're going to impact your life everywhere. Okay, so I have one more question. Is that okay?
Yes.
What would you say to anyone who's thinking about coming to Rhythmia? I mean, you're so eloquent in everything you just said.
Thank you.
What would you say if they're on the fence saying, "Oh my goodness, should I go? Should I not?" And they're still thinking about it. And you've really touched the point of safety, of trust, of all the details, precise. I love that. Pristine. That was your word. What else would you say to someone who is thinking about it and not quite sure?
I have two things that immediately come up. One part of me says, just do it. Like, just do it. Don't think. And the part of me that is really of the heart to live and let live, that loves to let people walk their own path, would say, feel into your heart. Like, really feel what's there and allow your heart and your body to make the decision, because we all have a very strong sense of intuition, and we can feel scared, we can feel fear, and we can lean into something anyway. And
that was wisdom. Take that. Say that again. We could feel fear. I loved that.
Yeah, we can feel fear, we can feel scared, and we can lean into it anyway.
Yes.
There can be a yes and. We can. And those are the experiences that shape us, that forge us, are the ones where we're kind of scared shitless. And we're like, okay, but I'm going to roll my sleeves up.
Yep.
And I'm going to do it, because I know that who I get to become in the process and who I get to show myself that I am and what I'm capable of is how I want to know myself.
Yes.
And that's what this experience has provided for me. And I know so many other people because they've told me.
Yes. Great answer. Just do it and lean into your heart. You're right.
Yeah.
Because anything that's coming up before us is something to come up for us that is for us. So I pray you find your way right here so that I could be with you. I'm so grateful for your wisdom and your sharing and your love and your growth. And thank you. Blessing all your clients, how blessed they are to have. Is she amazing? Oh my goodness.
Thanks.
Have a beautiful day. Thank you for tuning in to us on our Saturday Facebook Lives, all of our Facebook Lives during the week. I'm Kim. I'm signing off. Have a great day. Say hi, bye to Lee.
Bye.
And we'll see you next week. Ciao. Come to Rhythmia. Run to Rhythmia. I'll see you soon.